You know me, Daryl Bumpus. Listen, God specializes in what people call impossible. People may say it's too late. God says, I'm still working. People may say the door is closed. God says, I can open doors no one can shut. Now, people may even say the dream is dead. God says, I am the God of resurrection and new life. People may say the odds are against you. God says, nothing is too hard for me. The greatest miracles in scripture where human ability ended is when people reach the end of their strength. God revealed the greatest power that is within them. Don't let the word impossible become the final chapter of your story. What people call impossible is often the place where God chooses to display his glory. Listen, the obstacles isn't bigger than God. The diagnosis isn't bigger than God. The delay isn't bigger than God. The rejection, hear me when I say this, the rejection isn't bigger than God. The giant isn't bigger than God. When you trust him, impossibles become opportunities for God that is within you to do what only Source can do. Listen to these words. With men, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. Matthew 19:28. If you are here, this message is for you. If you are here, this message is for you. You. God specializes in what people call impossible. You know, the world studies statistics. God fulfills purpose and promise. The world counts limitations. God releases possibilities. People see obstacles, but God within you sees the opportunity. People see a closed door. God sees a new interest. People see an ending. God sees a beginning. Listen, the word impossible is a human conclusion, not God's conclusion. Just remember, Sarah was too old. Moses felt unqualified, and David was overlooked. Even Gideon believed he was the least. The walls of Jericho looked impenetrable. And Lazarus had been in the tomb for 4 days. Yet God turned every impossible into a testimony. A testimony. Your current challenges is not a surprise to God. He knew about all these challenges before you were born. He already has wisdom for it, strength for it, and a way through it. A way through it. My friends, don't let fear convince you that your story is over. It's not. Sometimes God waits until the right situation that seems impossible so that no one can make a mistake that this is his miracle. God did it. When people ask, how did this happen? The answer is God did it. Walk with me, my friends. Walk with me. When your resources run out, God provisions begin. When your strength is gone, God reveals his strength. When you don't see a way, God always makes a way. So what I want to say to you, my friend, is listen, stand strong, keep praying, keep walking. Listen, the impossible is simply the place where God's power shines the brightest. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. When people ask, how did this happen? When they see the healing, when they see the breakthrough, when they see the restored relationships, when they see the open doors, when they see the favor, right? When they see the peace replaced from anxiety, when they see you standing after everything you endured, that's when you'll tell them God did. You won't have to exaggerate your story. You don't have to take credit. You don't have to explain every detail. You simply say God did. God did it. Because victories are too. Victories are God's credit. The breakthroughs, it's not a coincidence. Give the credit to God. When open doors seem remarkable, the credit goes to God. The evidence of God's faithfulness, God's grace, and God's power at work. If you are here, this message is for you. I want you to hear this. One day, your testimony will answer everyone's question. And when the world asks, how did this happen? How did this happen? They will ask you. Your answer will be, God did it. Walk with me. Walk with me. When people ask, how did this happen? When they see the healing, when they see the breakthrough, when they see the favor, when they see the peace, I want you to understand this. They're going to ask you. They're going to ask you, and your answer will always be, God did. How did this happen? God did it. Listen to me. Listen to me. You won't have to explain the details. You will simply say, you will simply smile and say, God did it. God did it, because just some victories are just too extraordinary. Some breakthroughs are just too timely to call it a coincidence. Some open doors are too remarkable for you to just call it luck. The evidence of God's faithfulness, God's grace, God's power. I'm repeating myself so that you can hear this, so you can get this. One day, your testimony will answer all of the questions. And when the world asks, I know you hear me, but are you listening? When the world asks, how did this happen? Your answer will always be the same. Listen, there was a time There was a time when the left side of my face was paralyzed. It was paralyzed. The smile I had, the smile I had known became difficult. Simple expressions on my face just changed overnight. I mean, there were moments of uncertainty, moments of prayer, and moments when I had to trust God even when I didn't understand what was happening. Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? But I learned my condition did not define my identity. Listen, God met me in my weakness. He gave me strength when I felt vulnerable. He gave me peace when fear tried to take over. The God within me reminded me that my purpose was never dependent on my circumstances. Man of God, woman of God, today, when people see me speaking, encouraging others, and sharing my testimony, and walking in my calling, they ask the question, how did this happen? My answer isn't that I figured everything out on my own. My answer is God did it. Listen to me. God did it. He carried me through what I couldn't carry by myself. He gave me hope when I needed it. He turned a season of struggle into a testimony of faithfulness. That's why I believe no setback is beyond God's reach. No difficult season is wasted in its place when it's placed in his hands. So hear me when I say this, lean in. So if you're facing your own battle today, don't give up. Please don't give up. The same God that sustained me is able to sustain you. Lean into this. God did it. Remember the song, "This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine." This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. How did this happen? God did it. God specializes in the impossible. I know you hear me, but are you listening?